Good morning, everybody. Grab your coffee, sit down in a comfy chair, obviously with your phone or computer, and let's get into This Week in Dioramas, episode 31 of season 2. Now, if you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas and I showcase them right here on this show. If you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag Thisweekindioramas. Hey kids, did you hear? We're doing another challenge on This Week in Dioramas, and this time you need to grab your camera. We need you to take some really awesome pictures of your dioramas and action figures in an ACBA style picture. Not sure what an ACBA style picture is? Well, essentially, it's just taking your action figures and creating a scene, a real scene with action and props and all sorts of different stuff, but make sure you're using your dioramas as well in those pictures. Take 1 to 2 great pictures or 1 to 2 really crappy pictures. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna be for fun. So take your best couple of pictures and maybe take a behind the scenes picture, post it up to Instagram and tag it with the hashtag TWIDDioShots. Get that uploaded and posted by the end of August, and we'll do another live stream where I'll just go through all of the amazing pictures that you guys post up. Whether there's 1 or 100 or more posts, it doesn't matter. We'll just go through them all until it's done. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you get those pictures posted and uploaded to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag TWIDDioShots by the end of August. And we're going to have a lot of fun to see what all of you come up with. We're about ready to get started, but before we do that, don't forget, watch all the way till the end where you'll get to see even more dioramas in the slideshow, and we need to reveal the winner of last week's fan vote. And the winner is the Brownstone Dio by Oilers Workshop. Congratulations, you will now be entered into the Grand Championship vote coming at the end of the year. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of this episode where you'll get another chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. Alrighty, it's time to go ahead and get started with the showcase. Make sure that you've got your coffee. We're going to go through these quickly and make sure that you have your drink, be it a coffee, an Irish coffee, or just straight up a whiskey or something else. Let's jump right on into it first with Macabre Custom Builds. It is the Conjuring universe, and I have to say this thing is amazing. You really did a great job with this piece. The lighting in here is perfect. I love how you framed it, and then you've got the little Conjuring sign here in the front. It's just an all-around great looking piece. It's just so clean and yeah, you just really did an amazing job on this. Let's cycle through some of these pictures. The wallpaper is looking awesome. I believe this is what, a NECA figure. I'm not real familiar with The Conjuring. I don't even think I've seen the movie. Hit them up in their DMs if this is something that you're interested in. I'm not sure if this is still available, just because I think they posted this a week or 2 ago. But yeah, this thing is amazing. So if this is something that you are interested in, hit them up because it is really nice. Next up, coming from Jeff Blanton, number 1, this picture just made me laugh. We'll make dioramas for pre-orders. Isn't that the truth? And there's not let me back that up. There might be some good pictures in here of the actual diorama. Just so you guys know, I do really enjoy seeing just straight up your photography skills. It is fun to be able to see when you're creating a scene, and that's why we're doing the diorama shots challenge coming up. So if you haven't gotten those pictures in, like I said before, get those pictures in. This is the sort of thing that I am talking about. But check this out. This diorama looks awesome. There is some really nice debris throughout. The paintwork looks great. Obviously the lighting is very nice, and it doesn't appear to be that this is that large of a diorama, so you can do some really cool photography with a diorama that is not huge. So you don't have to have a full city street to be able to do some really nice pictures. Next up, coming from Rhino Dioramas, they sponsored last year's Grand Championship vote prize pack, and they are always putting out some amazing dioramas themselves. This one is a Back to the Future diorama, Back to the Future 2. So when they go into the diner, I believe, and then I don't recognize this. Maybe I'm just not. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This thing is really cool. I love the little water, the little puddles that you've got there. I hadn't noticed that before. Always, they have tons of great detail. It's so clean. They do a lot of 3D printing and whatnot. So check them out, Rhino Dioramas. They have a website, rhinodioramas.com. You can buy stuff 3D printed or dioramas, so check them out. This one's coming from Dioramas Clow, and this thing is impressive. It is an epic Ghostbusters. That's a different movie. You probably didn't see it, never hit the theaters. But this is a Ghostbusters diorama ready to ship. Hit them up. If it is not sold yet, you may have an opportunity to get a really cool looking diorama. I love the fact that you've got the printout of the city skyline in the background. That printed off very, very nicely. And you even, kind of cornered it, creased it, folded it so that it encompasses the diorama. But the actual pieces that you made are amazing looking. You really did a nice job with this. There's a lot of different types of material that you painted these up to look like, different color schemes or different color tones, which is awesome. You got a cool little marble-like base there. It looks awesome. A lot of work went into this piece, so if this is something that you're interested in, make sure you hit them up, because I cannot imagine that this thing is gonna sit around all that long not getting sold. So great job on a really cool looking piece. This next one is coming from the Tactical Nerdist, and I have to say, it's good to see you posting some stuff. I haven't seen anything from you in a while. I actually watched quite a few of your tutorial videos. So they've got a YouTube channel, the Tactical Nerdist. That was where I first discovered kind of how to do wood in dioramas on foam. So go check them out, the Tactical Nerdist. Like I said, it's great to see you putting out some work, and I'm glad that you are using the hashtag. Not sure if you know about the show or not, but you will find out soon, because I'll send you a note. But this piece looks really nice. The brickwork looks awesome. I love the wrought iron gate in the window there. That looks awesome. It's just some very nice detail in the paint. Really fun to see this kind of work. And look at that. That's an epic giant wall for, you can do tens. You can do tens of things and tons of things. Remember, you guys, we're not doing the cuts anymore, so when I screw up, you guys get to hear it, as opposed to when I used to cut all that crap out. But great job. Really like seeing this. It is a very nice looking piece. Next, coming from High School Creations, this is an absolutely epic piece. Let's go ahead and play this while I'm talking, because this thing is, one, it's huge. Two, it's got lots of nice details. I love the little roundabout that you got in there. That looks awesome. You got a little car. Looks like it knocked down a little statue of some sort. I mean, this is a massive piece. We've got the front fence with the wrought iron. I mean, this thing looks awesome. It is super cool. And again, I just keep going back to this thing is so huge. And it looks like you must have built this into pieces so that you could probably take it apart and hopefully be able to store it up. Wondering if you hand built this gate or did you 3D print it? There's just a lot of really cool detail going on with this piece. I am very impressed with it. You did a great job on it. Very, very nicely done. Next, coming from BTMA Cart, this is amazing. It is chock full of detail. It's a 1/35th scale piece. They're calling it the Shanghai Alley. Just need to seal up the back. This is amazing. I love all the different colors. We've all been in different neighborhoods where the buildings are they're just like this. They have so many cool colors and textures and character to them, and you have really captured the character of these buildings or this building. You've outdone yourself, and you do amazing work all the time anyway. I'm just so impressed with it. The brickwork on here is perfect. You've got little shutters or blinds. Those look really well done. Everything is just amazing in this. You've got a little catwalk fire escape signage. Everything is weathered perfectly. It looks so good. I'm not sure if you're planning on selling this or if you're using it for your own purposes. I'm not certain, but I absolutely love this piece. It is so well done. And check that out. The size, the scale you can get with the hand in there. It is not very big, but the detail, just look at the weathering on there. And then you get little power wires. Power wires? Yeah, power lines, power wires. That works. It's wow. Wow. The detail is amazing. Next, coming from my hobby chest, just a single picture here, but it is a very, very nice looking diorama piece. There's a lot of amazing detail. I'm thinking that this is, it looks so clean and so good, it almost looks like it's printed. Not 3D printed necessarily, but like a sheet that's been printed off. Let's see, just sharing these 3D printed computer. Okay, so it's 3D printed. That's where we're getting the perfection from, like the computers and whatnot. The color scheme on here is awesome. I love all of this. It looks great. So very, very nicely done. Next, coming from Hector Hakabi, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Sewer Lair Diorama. Their first diorama, and if this is you, Hector, I think it is. Okay, two things. Amazing work, and how awesome for how young you are to have done this work. I love it. It is huge. That gives you lots of space to be able to do tons of different things with it. You could add even more furniture and whatnot over time to take more pictures and whatnot. I am really digging on this thing. I think you did a great job. For a first diorama especially, you really nailed it. There are some things that certainly you could work on a little bit. Let's go back here because there's two things that I wanted to point out. It is, boy, my computer is not functioning right. It's not going through the pictures right. Let's see if I can find it, because I have just two things. Why won't it give it back to me? Here, let's go here and go back. Okay, so right here, unless you have plans on adding more depth to this thing, you know, another panel, which even if you do add another panel on the floor, I highly recommend that you paint this black. Paint it black. That'll just make it look even more finished. And then along here, you might consider finishing this out, be it by bricks or adding like a cap piece of some sort to go inside it, whatever it might be, just to shore that up just a little bit so it doesn't look quite so rough. Or you could go the other direction and you can kind of break it up even more, give it a little bit of the same brick color paint that you did before to make it look like it is almost battle damaged, it's been falling apart, just to kind of close that up, because it does look like it's a little unfinished, and maybe it isn't finished. A lot of us, our dioramas are never finished, but overall, I am so impressed with the work that you did. Your brick colors, you did really nice weathering this up, so awesome job. This one's coming from Bill Huffman 1. I had to do a double take to look at and figure out what the heck is this before. I like to try and figure out what it is before I start reading the descriptions. This is the Leonardo da Vinci wing flapping machine. You know how he designed all these different flying machines and all sorts of different things. This is, it looks to be close to a 1/12 scale sort of rendition of this, and it is so well done. I love the woodworking look on here. My assumption is that this is all actual wood. You've stained it. If it's not real wood, I would love to know that, because you really did a good job of getting that wood look. I'm pretty confident it's wood though. But look at the terrain on here. This is very realistic looking. Obviously you've put a lot of time and effort into this terrain to make it look as natural as you can, and you've really done a great job with it. You can see the little pebble kind of rocks there. That looks awesome. I'm just very impressed with that. Look at that, a closer look. That looks so realistic, so awesome job. This one's coming from Diorama Diaries, and there is a lot going on in this little picture, but it's all trash. It's garbage, but the diorama is amazing. The work on here is amazing. I like using that. I get it. It's lame. He's calling it trash, but it's not really trash. Sorry, it's just where I go. It's just where I go. You really did a great job. I love the paint work. It's just, there's so many cool details on here that it's hard to know where one thing begins and the other thing ends, and sometimes that's just the way that it is in real life. Everything is just kind of crammed together, and this looks awesome. There's so many textures. It looks like some sort of a mesh, like bed something or other, or like a lamp. I don't know what all this stuff is, but every little piece, and I know that you put in a lot of effort into your work, and it really shows with this one picture where you can see just so many cool details, so many paint colors. So awesome job. Next, this one's coming from, okay, let's see if I can say this, Pooster's Dios. I think I got that right. Pooster's Dios. I don't know. Official pics of their warehouse dio made for their son. That's cool. Very nicely done. I love the lines that you've got for the poured concrete. Sometimes we forget to add those little details in there, and that really pops. It kind of breaks up the monotony of the one color, but you also weathered it very nicely as well, which is awesome. Lots of great details, very, very well done with the sculpt and the paintwork, so awesome job. Your son's gonna love it. Hopefully, if they are young, they are gonna be not too rough with it. Next, coming from Sage JDG, I really wanted to showcase this because the paintwork is phenomenal. It is so good. If we were to zoom this in and just look at this diorama as is, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that it was not a real room. The paintwork on here is so subtle and so well done. You see 0 brush marks. It's just so well done. It's not a huge diorama by any means, but there is so much talent strewn throughout this. Strewn? That sounds weird, like he just threw it on there. But he does amazing work. He puts out a lot of work, and I'm always impressed with it. So great job on just an amazing piece, and I really wanted to focus on that paintwork. See, look at that. Could be a miniature right out of a movie. Amazing. This one's coming from Racer John Beto. It's a 1/12 scale Samurai Dojo, resharing with a better quality image. This thing looks really nice. I think we may have showcased this before. I can't remember, but I'm really impressed with it. I think you did a great job. I love the roof. That looks awesome. You really painted it very, very nicely to kind of give that slate-ish sort of look. The timbers look awesome on here. You really put a lot of effort into getting a nice clean look. The lines all look great, and going back here, the stonework also, you did a really nice job of being able to sculpt out individual stones in a single piece and still give that separation, and I think you did a great job with it. Paintwork, everything is on point. Next, coming from Villa de Grace, one picture, but this thing is amazing. What we can see in here, the detail, it looks so realistic. Just look at the paint that they've done on this wall, and then you've got a little bit of like the stucco sort of stuff that has come off. You can see these stone bricks that are exposed underneath. Everything looks so good. The paintwork on here is phenomenal. You've done an amazing job. Look at the roof here. Wow, it actually looks like old school wooden shingles, and then you got a little train here. This is amazing work. I mean, wow, if I could get my paint skills up to this level. You got nice moss or whatever that's growing on here. That looks so good. Oh my gosh, what an amazing set of talent. We'll go with that. You'll just have to interpret that as a compliment, even though the grammar is not good. Next, coming from Laser Shot, this definitely gives me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vibe. It is up for sale, so hit them up if this is something you're interested in. It's a great looking piece. It's going to go great with any sort of diorama, any sort of action figures that you might want, not just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but obviously that seems like it would work. They did an interior. You got a little weapons cache there, boarded up door. It looks awesome. You really did a very nice job with the paintwork, the sculpt work. Everything looks super cool. There's nice details with the pipes along the outer side of the walls. You just did a lot of work on this thing, and it definitely shows you put in a lot of effort, and I'm really digging on this interior. You really nailed it with this. Next up, coming from the Shadow Gallery 718, it is a heavy metal diorama. It's based off of Heavy Metal magazine. I don't think I ever actually got to see any of that. So I don't know what this little dude is, who this is, or who this lady is. Let's see. Heavy Metal. Tarna was a babe in my dream girl, so I had to make a diorama for the figure, sculpted the bird. Oh wow, they sculpted the bird and the letters from scratch. Dang, that is impressive. You really did a good job with the sculpt work on that. That looks very nice. Paintwork looks awesome. The ground, you did a great job. The letters, you can even see the little bolts or rivets or whatever you would call that in the sign. Very nicely done. That is awesome. Holy cow. That's amazing. So great work. This one's coming from Clanabel. It's a 1/6 scale for an IKEA Detolf. It's a Gulag Call of Duty. I'm not familiar. I haven't played the game. I'm not a video gamer, but I do really like this piece. There's a lot of detail in here. When you call it a Gulag, what I'm thinking of Gulag is like the Soviet Union. But this looks to be like a shower, and I'm not familiar, like I said. It looks really nice. You've got some, maybe it's not a shower. Okay. Anyway, tile work on here is very nice. The paintwork looks awesome. It looks very nicely weathered and whatnot. You got some missing tiles throughout here. Very well done on all of this. It looks awesome. You did a great job. It's very unique. We obviously haven't seen anything quite like this before. So amazing work. As always, keep them coming. This one's coming from Big Boy Collectibles, and I just like the picture. We don't see a lot of the diorama, but again, I go back to those diorama shots with your figures and whatnot. It is fun to be able to create these little scenes, and you've got Lizard and Spider-Man obviously duking it out in a little sewer-like scene, and I'm really digging it, so keep that stuff coming. Next, from Sampocalypse Art Corner, this is the new McFarlane dude who laughs, or whatever the heck he's called, Batman Who Laughs. 1/12 scale, 7-inch diorama, so it's probably like a 1/11 scale, their figures, but that's whatever. Anyway, this thing looks really cool. There's a ton of blood. I mean, a ton of blood all over the place. You just splattered it all over. It looks really cool. It's a fun little small piece that you can, heck, it doesn't even have to be that Batman figure. It could be a Jason. It could be, heck, Freddy could fit in here. Any sort of horror figures could go in here. You got a couple props that you can put in and out, which is great. So awesome job. Next, coming from Vasco Toys, latest commission, Dragon Ball Z Planet Namek single figure, and this thing looks really cool. I have no idea what these little blue things are, the balls. I see them all the time. Like, I don't have any knowledge of Dragon Ball Z. I love the look of the figures and the characters. I've just not been able to get a chance to watch any of these show, and I need to get into it because I love the dioramas that you guys make for these things. Now, you've got kind of the terrain piece, but I love the colors because it's not your standard natural green colors. It's like a blue, you got a little bit of green highlighting the edges, and then you got got this nice little card on the back. Not sure if that's printed or if it's from the actual figure's packaging or if you painted it, but I am really digging on this piece. You did a nice job. I love that blue. Oh, it's so deep and rich and just a beautiful color. So great job on yet again another amazing diorama. And sticking with the Dragon Ball Z theme, we are we're looking at Jack's Dio, their diorama. It's time to take, okay, got to start reading over. It's time to take old thing. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I really dig on this piece. Again, it's one of those terrain pieces, but this looks to be more of a snow winter piece. There are 1, 2, 3 platforms that you could put them in different positions, which is awesome. But obviously this hero pose here is probably the best place to put him. It's just very impressive. I like the sculpt work that you've got on here. The stones actually look like real stones. It's just a great looking piece, and then the snow around also looks very natural, but also isn't going to get in the way of being able to pose your figures. If you, let's say, wanted to put someone down here, you still have flat enough spaces that you're going to be able to put them in there. So awesome job. I really dig it. It's super fun, and just keep it coming. I'm really digging on these. Alrighty, we are at the end of another amazing set of dioramas, but we aren't quite done yet. We need to reveal my top 5, and you'll get your chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. And my top 5 are the Conjuring Dio by Macabre Custom Builds, the Ghostbusters Dio by Dioramas Clow, the X Mansion by High School Creations, the Shanghai Alley Dio by BTMA Cart, and the TMNT Sewer Lair by Hector Hakabi. Again, make sure you go to the community tab on my channel after you're done watching the show and you've watched the slideshow at the end, and vote for your favorite, and I will reveal the winner in the next episode. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe and bell notification buttons if you haven't already, and share this out with as many people as you can to get the word out, to get even more new creators showcased into the show, and I will see you in the next episode.